Nyjah Houston is once again on his feet and has given us extremely explicit details of the injury that day. I mean, the dude even had brain bleeding. Like, it's insane, dude. He's alive by a miracle. But before we talk about Nyjah, I need to talk about someone else real quick. Mr. Fabian Gosen, skateboarding legend Fabian Gosen, Mr. I Board Sled El Toro, Fabian Gosen, and most recently, Mr. B Rescue, Fabian Gosen, hooked your boy up after the interview and sent me some honey from his business all the way from Hawaii to Texas, dude. Take a quick pause here. We got something in the mail, and I think I know what it is. Let's go get it, Leia. Yo, check out the presentation. This may tell you a bunch of these boxes. What could possibly be in them? Oh, check this out. Lion's Mane Mushroom Honey. Organic turmeric honey. What? This one's blue. Spirulina honey. Hopefully I said that right. Organic matcha honey. Matcha, dude, matcha's hot right now. From owner to customer made, which is like not even a thing anymore. Like I said, we buy honey. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We buy this. I know Fabian is probably laughing at me right now. Yeah, we buy this. So, organic honey from Costco, or the person literally has the bees in their backyard from Hawaii. Which one could be superior? So anyways, Fabian, thank you you didn't have to do this, man. Thank you so much. I'm going to try them all out. Big shout out to Fabian and his wife, Tiara. I know this is a family-owned business, so it's close to the heart for them. If you want to support a real one, like people make fun of me because I only skate parks. Like that's the time that I have. I can only go to skate parks. I can't go looking for spots anymore. Well, he did El Toro, bro. It doesn't get more core than that, right? Fake one, real one. So support Gosen, support Fabian if you can, and his business. And also, Fabian tells me that his goal in life right now is to become a full-time beekeeper. He wants to save the bees in Maui. And for that, he has his own YouTube channel. So if you want to support him via that avenue, please do so. Here's the handle. Here's the link. And show him some love. Please, dude, please. I've seen some of his videos. Dude got stung like in his face and his lip all over the place, bro. I don't want to imagine where else he's gotten stung. You know what I'm saying? So support the homie Fabian, please. I would really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video. So I'm going to play the video without talking. I know some of you have critiqued me for talking during the video, so I would let Nyjah talk and explain it himself. However, pay attention to his speech rhythm and also how he collects his thoughts. There's something about that I'll talk about afterwards, dude, okay? Chill. I'll talk about it after the video. Jesus Christ.
Good morning, my people. The last few days I've been giving y'all some updates on feeling a lot better, which I am. I'm up and moving. So thankful for it. But I feel like I haven't given much of an explanation on what really went down. So I wanted to explain to you guys a little bit. Basically went for feeble on this big rail in Arizona that I'd been wanting to skate for a while. Kind of had a weird roll up and went a little too fast, locked in wrong. Simple as that. The last thing I remember is locking in the wrong way and knowing that I was fucked. Fell straight from the top to the bottom on my head. I know a lot of you have seen the video by now. I heard it has a crazy amount of views. I haven't got myself to watch it yet because I'm not ready for all that. But basically the first thing I remember is waking up in the hospital like a whole maybe day or two later. Doctors shining lights in my eyes, basically just making sure that I was alive and aware of what was going on. And I also remember throwing up nonstop from when I first woke up. Tried to drink water, threw up. Tried to eat anything, threw up. So that part was absolutely brutal. But aside from that, I don't really remember too much of that whole week after I fell. And it's probably for the better, because the parts that I do remember were just so fucking brutal and probably the roughest time I've had in my entire life. Got to give a big shout out to my mom and all my friends that helped me get through this. You guys were such a big help, especially my friend Evan. She flew all the way out to AZ just to help me out in the hospital for a couple days, and then she helped me get home. As far as the actual injuries to my brain, we got fractured skull over here, main spot that I hit, fractured eye socket. I still got that bleeding in my eye over there. There was bleeding in my brain, which was really bad. And yes, I'm obviously aware that there can be long-term issues with this gnarly of concussions. Honestly, just gotta hope for the best and be thankful for now and live life in the moment. But yes, at an older age, I would absolutely love to still be feeling healthy mentally and physically. But you guys also got to remember, I've been hitting my head and getting concussions literally since I was 7 years old. My dad had me take my helmet off, which is absolutely insane. So who knows how many actual concussions I've had, because my dad also used to not take me to the hospital when I had a bad slam, ever. So parents, kids out there, don't do that. Make sure you keep a helmet on until you're obviously a little older, and until you feel like you're good enough at skating and good enough at falling to be able to not hit your head all the time. But yeah, I mean, for now, we just gotta be happy we're feeling good, and then hopefully later on in life, still be feeling good. Last thing I wanna say is, to everyone out there, just remember that life is so precious. I feel like a lot of us, including myself a lot of the times, wake up on the daily and we just go about it as another day, not thinking how grateful we should be to be able to wake up another day, and especially health, to wake up and feel healthy and to be able to get outside and use your legs and walk around, go on a hike, enjoy nature. Like, that stuff is so precious, and it's something that I've really started becoming more grateful of the past few years, especially since tearing my ACL and then not being able to do that for a while. So really appreciate health. To all the kids and people out there that spend too much time indoors, man, get outside, experience nature. It's the best. Get out there.
Dude, I'm not exaggerating here. Did you see how, like, at a certain point of time, he was starting to get, like, slow talking and explaining? Either there's still, like, he's still undergoing the effects of the trauma, or he's having a hard time remembering the day still. And I thought it was very important, something he said that he doesn't have it in him right now to watch the footage. Dude, do you know how traumatic that must be, like, to the psyche, like to your subconscious, and even to yourself, to your conscious self? I have a friend that when he was younger, he got run over, like literally by a car. He ran across the street, he didn't look both ways, got run over. It was bad. He almost died. He tells me this to this day that the day of that incident, he was eating rice pudding. And when he got run over, he had a bunch of internal bleeding that he was just all day throwing up. Like rice pudding with blood. It was disgusting, he tells me. And to this day, it's been like 20 years later, he cannot eat rice pudding. Like that's how much of a PTSD and how much it could like make an indent like in your brain and your memory and your thoughts. It changes a person. An injury so severe can change a person permanently. I'm not saying, Nyjah'S not going to want to skateboard anymore, but I wonder if an injury this severe, one that has him, according to my observations, kind of still a little bit disoriented. He's still not 100%, as you can tell. Something this impactful could influence his skateboarding. It's traumatic, bro. Freaking crack your skull and your eye. Double fractures in your head. Yeah, dude. The way he spoke, like seeing Nyjah being humble, saying, "Hey, man, I'm not as a young pup as I used to be at one point." It's almost like heartbreaking, bro. Because I know Nyjah has received so much hate in the past because of his style, because of the shorts throughout the years. Like not right now, but throughout the years, I've heard them all. I've seen them all. I'm always in the comments in all these other videos, and I've always seen that he gets a very specific amount of hate for very specific things, such as he doesn't have any real steez. His steez looks a lot robotic. In my opinion, he's just so good at it that he doesn't have to pretend he's like almost gonna fall off, that he's struggling. If he can do the tricks with ease, he'll do them with ease. It may look like a robot, but he's that precise, dude. He's so good and so meticulous with the tricks that he looks like a machine. That's a compliment. But anyways, seeing the dudes at the very top, you're like, oh, what a show off. Get humble like that and say, oh man, I hope it doesn't have any long-term effects on me. Dude, it's almost heartbreaking, bro. Like once like you mature and you're like, I need to stop hating people just for the sake of hating, like that's weird. That's corny. And then you see this happen to him, you're like, oh man, I hope he gets better. Like, what's left of my childhood? This dude and a handful of other dudes. Other than that, everyone's new. Everyone else is a kid nowadays. A kid from Japan, a kid from China, a kid from Brazil. That's all there is right now. I did not grow up seeing those dudes. I grew up seeing dudes like this guy. So just, yeah, dude, it's a very weird thought, dude, to see all these heroes like fall one by one. Not saying he fell off the radar, not saying this is the end of his career. No, I'm not saying that. But if I was Nyjah, unfortunately, dude, the way skateboarding is right now, like right this second, with so many sponsors, so much weight on his shoulders, with the Monster sponsor, with the Nike sponsors, with running his own company, I would be worried to say like, oh, I hope Nike doesn't look too deep into this, saying, should we continue sponsoring this guy? Like, we got so many shoes under his name, he better keep performing at that level. Like, that's a lot of pressure, bro, from all angles. You guys remember what Nyjah said whenever he was in the Olympics? He was like, hey, bro, mental health, bro, mental health. Like, he was saying that the pressure of the Olympics was getting to him. And he wasn't even super injured like he had, like what happened right now. Dude, we're all human beings, but no matter how good you think you are, we're all human beings. We have our own insecurities. We have the pressure. We feel the pressure. It's real. I just hope the best for him, dude. He deserves everything, bro. He put in the work. He put in the time. We all heard how his dad would treat him. He said in the video back in the day, he was forced and obligated to just perform as a machine, as an adult at a young age. He got the training that the Japanese and the Chinese kids get in China, but he was getting it here in the U.S., bro. Freaking Nyjah and his dad. But anyways, dude, long story short, man, I'm hoping the best for Nyjah. Hopefully he gets it back 100%. But like he said, he's not a kid anymore. He's not a child, bro. These injuries, they're real, and they take longer and longer to heal the older you are. So I'm hoping the best for him and for his family, for that matter. Get better soon, dude. I hope nothing's permanent, nothing that can't be fixed or you can recover from. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.